Maximus 101, like what is Maximus? Like how did you do it? Like how long did it take? Like what kind of process did you go through? Was there a Maximus V0 that never made it? No.
So so I guess to introduce it all, Maximus is a coin that's backed by a single giant max length hex stake. There was a minting phase from April 15th to May 1st, where anybody could mint one maxi per one hex that was deposited into the smart contract. And then the smart contract entered all of the hex into a single max length stake. It was the 5th largest max length stake ever. 294 million hex was pooled into the stake and then staked. And then the token maxi is fully liquid at all times. It's fixed in supply, and so it trades on the market. And so we've seen it pretty much right away. We saw it run from the 1-to-1 minting rate. I think the all-time high was something around like 1.8 premium of like where maxi was, it cost 1.8 hex to buy one maxi. Now it's about 1.5 something. And so we've seen like a lot of volatility in the price of maxi relative to hex. And so what that is the market is measuring the future value of maxi, because at the end that maxi is redeemable for so it's always backed by one hex plus all the interest that it earns and all the hedgerin that it earns. So that single maxi is then going to be redeemable for who knows how many hex and hedgerin in 15 years when the stake ends. And so it's been really exciting to watch on the price chart how the market is pricing in. It's pricing in all the future benefits, it's discounting all the future risks, and it's kind of been a beautiful thing to watch. So this maxi contract was a single stake, a single minting phase, and a single staking. And yes, how long it took to build. I've been trying to build this concept since about September.
September 2021.
Yeah. And then I originally, I guess, so the original idea came like where I actually kind of verbalized it on a stream with Crypto Coffee in like November of 2020 or December of 2020. It was like right after Big Payday, where we were talking about the concept of encapsulating stakes, like having a smart contract that could like stake hex and issue a coin that's backed by the stake. So kind of started thinking about the idea then. And then in like April or May, me and one of my friends who's a developer, we tried to do something. We didn't make much progress, and we just started needing to focus on real work at that time. And so we kind of toyed around with the idea in April, then kind of just like sat around, didn't do anything on it. And then in September in like October I started learning more about DAOs, and I saw that like how a DAO, like through a DAO, you could effectively hold a wallet that is not controlled by any one person, but the token is redeemable for what's held in that contract. And so I started experimenting with different DAO creation platforms that let you, have people mint tokens by depositing funds into the DAO. You can run a wallet that's like you can run functions on behalf of the contract. So there's all kinds of things like that I had experimented with and done some stuff on testnet. And the original one that there were 4 people that were in the Telegram chat at the time that helped test this idea that never really came to light because it required too much trust and it was like a big pain in the ass, like very difficult to do, and had unknown risks because I was using this platform that I had no idea what it was doing. So that was the kind of V1 that never made it, was this like actual like formal DAO structure that had like that pretty much like required like voting to execute any of the actions. Like it was kind of this whole thing. Tested that out. It was just too hard and required too much trust. And then so then I was like, okay, well, I might as well just like learn some Solidity and see if I can just like do this in Solidity. And then so starting in like November, I started trying to learn Solidity and then really picked it up after the new year. And then had a contract that on testnet that was doing staking sometime in like March. was when I was first able to kind of get that staking mechanism down, and then about a month and a half of iteration to get it to like the final version, which contained hedron minting. It had fixed some things that the auditors pointed out about how we were calculating the redemption rates, and so there were some things that we fixed and optimized towards the end. And